Okay, so you will not believe the mess that Meghan Markle's gotten herself into this time. It's not some big royal scandal or a Hollywood disaster. Nope, it's a freaking turkey. A Thanksgiving turkey. I swear, only she could manage to turn a holiday bird into a global incident. They're calling it Salmonella Sussex, which, I gotta admit, is pretty catchy. Now, before anyone gets their feathers ruffled, nobody actually knows what happened in that kitchen. But the rumor mill, oh, it's working overtime, and apparently Meghan is not taking it well. It all started with this blurry, quick video clip that someone supposedly posted of Meghan prepping Thanksgiving dinner. Nothing major, just a snippet, but it was deleted almost immediately. But you know how the internet is, it never forgets. The moment that clip vanished, the speculation went wild. Suddenly, everyone's a food safety expert. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, all the royal gossip sites, they were dissecting this thing like it was the Zapruder film. Was that raw turkey juice on the counter? Did she wash her hands? What's the dog doing sniffing the cutting board? Does she even know what Salmonella is? And boom, number Salmonella Sussex was trending. Memes everywhere, reaction videos. Slow motion breakdowns with circles and arrows pointing at every possible germ hotspot. Honestly, it's kind of ridiculous. Nobody even knows if anything actually went wrong. But that doesn't matter, does it? It's the drama, the spectacle, and Meghan, bless her heart, is right in the middle of it. I've been hearing from some sources, and they're saying Meghan completely lost it. Apparently, this wasn't just about a Thanksgiving meal. It was about her brand. The whole perfectly curated, camera-ready lifestyle she's been building since she left the royals. The idea that millions of people are laughing at her, calling her kitchen unsanitary, that sent her into a tailspin. One source in Montecito said she was beyond furious, pacing around, demanding to know how a harmless family moment turned into a global joke. I guess she was saying things like, I can't win. They're determined to destroy me no matter what I do. Which, is probably a bit dramatic. But can you blame her? Even Harry, they say, tried to calm her down, telling her it's just online noise, people will move on. But Meghan wasn't having it. In her mind, this wasn't just a meme. It was a direct attack on her competence, her image, her whole damn lifestyle empire. See, Meghan's trying to be the West Coast Martha Stewart. Elegant, natural, refined, inspiring. And now, the internet's calling her unsanitary because of a turkey. You can imagine how that went over. Apparently, the PR teams were in full-blown crisis mode. Emergency meetings, phone calls flying everywhere, trying to figure out whether to address it, ignore it, spin it, bury it. But Meghan, she wasn't done spiraling. One insider even hinted that this could be the breaking point, not just for this scandal, not just for the internet garbage, but for everything. They said she actually said, I'm done. Absolutely done. I can't keep fighting like this. Whether she meant done with social media, done with public appearances, done with her brand, or just done with all the negativity, who knows? But the exhaustion is real, man. I mean, Meghan's no stranger to criticism. She's been dealing with accusations and headlines for years. But this Salmonella Sussex thing seems to have hit her differently. It wasn't political. It wasn't about the royals. It wasn't even about money or fame. It was just absurd, trivial, and somehow that made it worse. When people question your character, you can at least respond with dignity. But when they're roasting your turkey skills to millions of people, where do you even begin? Meanwhile, the peanut gallery was having a field day. Piers Morgan, of course, had to chime in with some snarky comment. Royal podcasters were practically rolling on the floor, laughing, dedicating whole episodes to this mess. Even late-night TV hosts were making jokes about it. And get this, apparently the Kensington Palace press office was amused. One insider supposedly joked that at least this one didn't involve them. Can you believe the shade? But what really got to Meghan wasn't just the memes. It was the implication that she wasn't the perfect hostess she's been trying so damn hard to be. I mean, Meghan doesn't just cook a turkey. She presents a turkey. She photographs a turkey. She curates a turkey. The thought that she might have messed one up? Unthinkable. So now Montecito is basically a pressure cooker. PR chaos, brand panic, Harry trying to play mediator, Meghan trying to regain control, and the internet just won't let it go. And in the middle of all that, she apparently whispered that maybe she should just walk away from everything. The turning point, I guess, was the next morning. She woke up and Salmonella Sussex wasn't dying down. It was trending again. More memes, more commentary, more speculation. The joke had somehow mutated into think pieces, TikTok story times, dramatic reenactments with plastic turkeys and tiaras. One influencer even posted a spoof cooking tutorial called How Not to Cook Like a Duchess. Ouch. By noon, she was on her third emergency Zoom meeting with her PR team. The mood was tense. Her voice was sharp. She wanted a strategy, damage control, a counter-narrative, something to shut it all down. But her team didn't have a magic bullet. One of them gently reminded her that this is just internet humor. You can't fight memes. Another said that if they responded, it could make it worse. And that was it. Meghan snapped. So I'm supposed to sit here and let people call me disgusting, dangerous, unsanitary? She said. You want me to be quiet while they tear my reputation apart over a turkey? Are you joking? She wasn't yelling, but she didn't need to. The frustration, the humiliation, the exhaustion, it all came out at once. Some people on the call looked uncomfortable, others were just silent. Nobody knew what to say. Harry, who'd been sitting in the background, finally stepped in. He tried to calm her down, saying it wasn't worth spiraling over, that people would move on. Wrong move, apparently. Because in that moment, she didn't want reassurance. She wanted righteous fury. She wanted her husband to match her outrage, beat for beat. Instead, he just sounded tired, exhausted. The kind of exhausted you get from fighting too many battles for too long. But Meghan kept going. This always happens, she said. Every time I try to do something normal, something harmless, they twist it into a scandal. I'm sick of being everyone's punchline. Harry just sighed, a long, drained sigh, and rubbed his face. Meg, everything becomes a scandal because we're us, he said quietly. We can't keep reacting like the world is ending. And there it was, the truth they didn't want to say out loud. Their life, as glamorous and privileged as it is stuck in a cycle of constant storms. Some small, some massive, some self-inflicted, some completely random, like a Thanksgiving turkey. And it was breaking them down. Later that afternoon, Meghan apparently retreated to one of the guest rooms, the quietest one, and stayed there for hours. No calls, no texts, no meetings, just silence. When Harry checked on her, she was just sitting there, staring at her phone, scrolling through comments she definitely shouldn't have been reading. Meg, he whispered, stop looking at that. She didn't. She couldn't. Because in that stream of jokes and jabs, there were comments that cut deeper than she expected. She's obsessed with image but can't handle real life. She wants to be Martha Stewart but cooks like a YouTube fail compilation. How does she claim to empower women but falls apart over turkey? The kitchen scandal is nothing. Her ego is the real problem. That last one hit her hard. Because Meghan's always believed in reinvention, in the curated version of herself, the polished image, the control she works so hard to maintain. She embraces it. But when the internet starts mocking the very thing you value most, it feels personal, violently personal. Harry sat next to her and tried again. Meg, this isn't worth destroying yourself over. It's just noise. I promise you people will move on. She just laughed, a hollow laugh. No, they won't. They never move on when it comes to me. Harry didn't argue. And that silence said everything. He knew she wasn't entirely wrong. He knew she'd become a lightning rod. And he knew she didn't have the thick skin she pretended to have. But what he didn't know, not yet, was that Meghan wasn't just upset. She was contemplating something bigger, a reset, a withdrawal, a disappearing act. Later that evening, after hours of stress, pacing, and whispered phone calls, she finally voiced the thought that had been forming in her mind. I can't keep fighting like this, Harry. Maybe I should step back. Not just now, but fully. For good. Harry froze. Step back from what? He asked, all cautious. From all of it, she said. Media, public appearances, the brand, the lifestyle stuff, everything. What's the point if people are committed to hating me no matter what I do? You could see his face just fall. I mean, he wasn't shocked, right? He's heard versions of this meltdown before, but this time it felt different, more final, more serious, you know? You don't have to quit everything because of a stupid rumor, he tried to tell her. It's not the rumor, she shot back. It's the pattern. The constant, endless, soul-sucking cycle. I'm tired, Harry, really tired. The room just went quiet. Not even tense, just sad. Because Harry recognized that tone. It was the same tone he'd used years ago when he realized he had to ditch royal life to protect his own sanity. And now Meghan was hitting her own breaking point. Then let's take a breath, Harry said softly. Let's take a break. We don't have to decide anything tonight. But Meghan just shook her head. I don't want a break. I want an ending, a clean one. And just like that, the turkey scandal wasn't about a turkey anymore. It was about identity, about pressure, about expectation, about the crushing weight of being Meghan Markle in 2025. Whether she'll really walk away, whether she'll stick to it, whether this is just a momentary emotional spiral or the start of some massive life shift, only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Salmonella Sussex pushed her to a place she hadn't been before. A place where quitting didn't just sound tempting, it sounded like freaking freedom. Look, I gotta say, I'm not surprised. This whole thing, it's been a train wreck from the start. The media, the tabloids, the royal family, the internet trolls, they've all been piling on her for years. It's relentless. And yeah, maybe she's made some mistakes. Maybe she's a bit tone-deaf sometimes. Maybe she tries too hard to control the narrative. But honestly, who wouldn't in her position? She's been under a microscope since day one. Every move she makes is scrutinized, dissected, and twisted into something negative. The royal family, they didn't help matters. They threw her to the wolves. They didn't protect her. They let the racist and sexist attacks slide. And then, when she and Harry finally decided to leave, they painted her as the villain, the one who broke up the happy family. It's BS, plain and simple. And now, this turkey thing? It's just the latest example of how ridiculous things have gotten. A freaking turkey! I mean, come on! But here's the thing. It's not really about the turkey. It's about the bigger picture. It's about the constant pressure to be perfect, to be likable, to be everything to everyone. It's about the impossible standards that are set for women, especially women of color, in the public eye. Meghan's trying to build a brand, to create a life for herself and her family. And she's doing it in the face of constant hate and criticism. It's exhausting, it's demoralizing, it's enough to make anyone want to throw in the towel. So, if she does decide to step back, I wouldn't blame her one bit. She deserves to have some peace. She deserves to be able to cook a turkey without the world losing its mind. She deserves to be able to live her life without being constantly judged and attacked. And honestly, maybe it would be good for her. Maybe she needs to take some time to recharge, to reconnect with herself, to figure out what she really wants. Maybe she needs to step away from the spotlight and just be Meghan, the woman, the wife, the mother, not Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, the global icon, the lightning rod for controversy.